Good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Welcome to the Arm Wrestling Buzz Show, episode 47, the Winter Blast Special. So, guys, we got a big event coming up March 23rd over in Longhorn, PA. Winter Blast thrown by the 98%. And tonight we got a bunch of the athletes coming on that got super matches both Friday and Saturday night. We'll be putting some spotlight on them. And of course, we got the normal Arm Wrestling Buzz crew in the house. We got Matt Conley, Israel Chavez, and we got the athletes Dave Shubich, John Brownell, Levi Fit, and Kevin Palko. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man.
Doing good.
Doing
We're feeling
good.
on track.
Doing good, man.
So we got this big event coming up, guys, and it's going to be a full weekend of just fun, exciting super matches, lots of action, big tournament going on Saturday, March 23rd, but it's all going to start and kick off Friday night is when it all starts. And we're going to first start off. We got a great rep seminar set up. Sean Hancock is going to be throwing that. It starts at 4 p.m. So if you guys haven't already and you're interested in registering, get in touch with Sean Hancock or Brian Grondin over at the 98, and they'll get you all hooked up. You could get certified that day, or you could just sit in and hear about all the rules and all that. Then we got early weigh-ins between 6 and 9 p.m. going on that night. And as the weigh-ins are going on at 7 p.m., we will kick off the super matches. And we got a bunch of great super matches going on that night as well. And we actually have the two athletes that are in the main event on Friday night, and that is Levi Fit and Kevin Palko. And guys, I'm excited about this one. So let's start off with you guys, man. So first off, how is training going, and who's going to get the win? Levi, let's start with you, brother.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and start with me. I'm gonna take the win right here. Yeah. Yeah, no, for real, training's been going good. I haven't competed since September. Had a little bit of a shoulder injury, kind of an impingement going on. Kept trying to come back, and through October and November, every time I'd get back to hard training, it would flare up. So the month of December, I had to take off completely. First of the year, match was already booked. Knew my opponent, March 23rd. It's a long camp still. So yeah, I've been training with him in mind. I've watched all of his matches 10 times. I've got all kinds of albums on my phone of match study. I've been taking it extremely serious. So, yeah, looking forward to it.
What's your percentage of winning that day? What do you have yourself at?
Man, honestly, it's like 85%. I really do think that there's a lot of angles I see I can expose. And in order for him to out arm wrestle me, he's going to have to be like a whole serious another level stronger. And I really just don't believe that's the case.
Levi, what's your weight sitting at right now?
I'm waking up between 162 and 166. It fluctuates a little bit. I'm going to do a water overload. I'll never have much trouble as long as it's not any more than 10 pounds. I've cut 15 for 154 before, but didn't recoup so well. So I like to be around 9 to 11 pounds. I feel like that's a pretty manageable cut for me. I can do it pretty
So,
regularly, no issues.
what's the weight cap that day set?
We got a 3 pound clothing allowance, so 157 in our clothes.
Okay. Kevin, how about you, brother? You hear your opponent saying he's 85% confident he's going to get the win that day. Is he accurate in that?
No, I think I'm about 86% that I'll get the win. So
Nice, bro. Nice. And what's your weight sitting at right now?
morning weight, I'm about 158.
Okay, so you don't got much of a cut either, man. You could just kind of.
No, I don't do a water cut. I just start a diet a couple months out and then try to hit that 157 mark and I'll be good to go.
Yeah, I got to hear. I know you guys were on earlier on Lorraine Jenkins' Facebook Live, and I heard you saying that you kind of weren't training specifically for Levi, and I found that it really interesting. Can you elaborate on that, man? Because I heard the complete opposite coming from Levi, where he was just studying all your matches and kind
Right.
of dialing his style to yours. How come you don't take that approach?
I've never trained specifically for anybody.
And
My training just stays consistent. What I do is what I do. And then if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't.
how do you think your style works against Levi's style?
I Levi thinks he has some angles that can give me some trouble. I think he thinks he knows where I'm going, but I think I have some stuff that'll give him some trouble too.
Okay. And for the most part, you like to go inside. You like going in a hook for what I've seen mostly, right?
In the past, that's been my go-to move. Yeah.
And Levi, where do you like for it to go? Do you like going inside, outside, or it doesn't really matter with you?
I'm pretty versatile. I really don't have really much of a preference in tournament format, which has been what I've trained for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Um, it's more efficient to top roll. You just have less wars. Hook wars are not that efficient for tournament format. So my top roll has been what I've led with a lot. So I like to stay outside, but I'm not against a hook match either. It just in super match format, hooking makes a little more sense because you're each bleeding at the same rate versus if your opponent in the third round flashes his guy and he's flashed everybody and you've had 2 wars, you're pulling a basically fresh guy versus you've been to war. It's going to war with the same guy. I mean, gas tank there.
Who has the advantage in the hook, would you say, Levi?
Uh, I mean, I've never felt him. I've never felt him. I don't know. So I'm not sure. I think my angles are a little better in a hook, but I mean, there may be some places where he's stickier than me, or even he's a little stronger there than me. But I think when it comes to outside lanes, definitely that's where I'm going to have the bigger advantage.
Kevin, how many years you been in arm wrestling now?
Almost 9 years.
Wow, OG style. And
Yeah.
what's your age at?
29.
Oh, so you got pretty young. You started 20 years
Yep.
old.
Yep.
Okay. And Levi, how long you in?
I'm almost at 5 years. In a couple months, I make 5 years. Um, And I mean, it seems like so much longer after so many tournaments. Got to pull like 45 tournaments. But what was the second part of that question?
What's your age?
Oh, I just turned 31 last week.
Okay, so you guys are pretty close in age. Kevin's got the experience, I would say, on his side. But like you just said, Levi, I do remember from you from the beginning, man, you pulling all the time at almost every event and all that. So you definitely got a lot of experience in your short time in the sport. So,
Yeah, for sure.
all right. So I want to move on now. I want to move on over to Dave and John, man. These two guys are both, could be Greek statues, just unbelievable physiques and everything. Really interested to see what level John's at. I know John's pretty new in the sport. I know Dave's got the
Yeah.
experience on him. John, how long are you in?
Almost 2 years now.
And Dave, how long you in?
I'm going on 8 years. Yeah, I think it's September I hit 8 years. I
How do
started
you feel
2016.
having, so much more experience than your opponent? Do you think that is going to weigh deeply in your match?
I think it is. Even if I wasn't technically sound, which I believe I am, especially much more this year, because the more time you spend in the sport, the more you exponentially grow. I mean, as long as you got an open mind. However, I've just had so much skin in the game and paid dues, especially working on my wrist. Um, and all the little intangibles and everything in between. I just had so much time to develop a game that I believe is a lot more well-rounded than he would have, in the 2 years that he's only had.
What's your background before arm wrestling? Obviously, you look like you bodybuild. Were you into powerlifting? Was it bodybuilding? What was your thing?
It was bodybuilding. I mean, from day one, like I remember going to the gym with my buddy. He wanted to get strong. I wanted to get pretty. And I just came along with the bodybuilding, just like
And how,
getting everything under control and whatnot. So it's been mostly that, and then some football, some track. I've had some kind of athletic endeavors always going on, so I know what it takes to compete, not just train.
what's your age?
I turned 27 this year in May, 26.
Wow, really young. Okay.
Mhm.
Years in. So you started at 19. Very nice. Okay. John, hearing all this experience from Dave, does this have you nervous at all?
No, I think his experience is definitely something that I'm taking serious. I had a really good camp with Sean Latimer's crew. Also had a lot of table time in between with Matt Wilds, who's coming up on here with his super match. So having learned from some of the best in the country in the Northeast with Sean Latimer's team, a lot of them pulled Shubich before, so they gave me some really good inside information. I do think that's going to be the factor in this match is his experience. He is very technical. His wrist is really strong. I felt him a little bit on the left, even though his left is nowhere near his right. And it was, he definitely has a really strong hand. So my goal is to just use my strength, my power, my side pressure, and see where it goes. But, I'm not taking this lightly at all. This is a big match for me. Probably my toughest match as of yet. I think, with the training camp that I had, the rest that I put in, I think I'll be ready to go.
What's your background, John? Were you power lifter? Were you bodybuilder? What was your background before?
I played high level football. That didn't work out. I had to get a real job. But after that, I got into Olympic weightlifting. I did that for about 10 years at a very high level, competed internationally. That kind of helped out with my strength. Obviously, I was already strong from my football days, but that gave me a different length as far as how I can train and the time I can train. But it definitely strengthened parts of my body that I think are good for arm wrestling. A lot of ligament strength, especially in snatch movements. After that, I got hurt, had a few surgeries, and then I went over to bodybuilding. Did that for a few years now. Really stopped, honestly, probably like 3 years ago when I was trying to have a family with my wife. And then I trickled into arm wrestling and really took it seriously about 2 years ago.
And how old are you now?
I'll be 37 this year.
37. Now, do you think that do you have the advantage strength-wise with your background in powerlifting over Dave?
Yeah, I think I have a stronger arm. I think he has a stronger wrist and hand. I think it's all going to come down to angles and lanes. I know he can hook. I know he can top roll. I've been primarily a hooker, but I've been really working on my top roll, my pronation. Had a really, like I said, good training camp with, getting some good training from big names. But yeah, I think the arm strength is definitely going to be a factor in this. I just have to stay away from certain lanes that David's good in.
So your key in your eyes is outpower him in the right angles using your arm, correct?
That and speed. I'm a very explosive hitter. I think for Dave to get into a war with me is going to be an advantage to him, to be honest with you. The endurance isn't there. But the explosive hit, very fast off the jump. And I can get to my angle and my lane very fast. So I think that's going to be hard to stop.
Now, how many super matches have you had before, or is this number one for you?
This is number one.
Okay. And how are you feeling nerves wise? Are you getting a little nervous now? We're getting close and all.
No, I mean I feel good. I don't really get nervous in competition. I kind of thrive off of competition. So I'll be a different person. I'm very laid back. I'm a very nice guy when it's outside of competing, but when we're competing, I'm a different person. And you'll see that on the 23rd. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. I think I have a really good shot at winning this.
Do you think there's a difference in competing in a tournament and being in a super match?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm really
I
interested
think
to hear after the match as well. I want to hear, what your thoughts as well. And
yeah, I mean it's definitely a different training style. I've been working a lot on endurance. I think what Levi said with getting in the hook battles and tournaments, I've learned that the hard way, getting blown up after just a few matches. So I kind of reset and took that to heart when I was training for the super match. And there'll be other super matches that I'm planning in the future. So I think that format is more suited for me than tournament. But yeah, I think that's kind of how it's going to go for me.
Dave, how many super matches have you had before?
I believe it's been 2 or 3. My one of my first official ones has been at the first Winter Blast versus a guy named David May. Huge hand, huge mitt. Had more skin in the game than I did. Well, as far as years and whatnot. Came through with the W. So super matches, a lot of pressure on me is not anything new, especially in the arm wrestling scene. I believe that John has been a competitive athlete in so many other endeavors, which is why I took the match. Otherwise, why would I want to pull somebody that's only 2 years in? But he's got the diligence to, go through with the formula of training in so many different aspects, which is why I respect him. and wanted to take that match. And one thing I'm kind of wondering though is why he picked me, or like how did I come about in his what's it called, his sites? How did that all come
That's a
about?
good question. Why Dave? You know,
It was
especially
actually
with all
brought
the
to me
experience he
as an
had.
option. Yeah, it was brought to me as an option from some of the '98 crew. I asked around my team who's pulled him before. They said I had a good shot. I just had to work on some things. So I did some research. There's not a lot on David. He's not. There's not a lot out there on him. But I did find some videos, and I thought it was a good match from my experience with my team. So it was really just them reaching out to me, the '98 crew, and there was some other names popped up, and I'm glad that we stuck with David.
Now, did you
I
watch
gotta
the
give
video from last Winter Blast?
Last Winter Blast, yep.
Yeah.
There was another East versus West that you did
Yeah.
up in New York. I think I saw that. Those are the two main stuff, and then obviously with Kevin and Andy and those guys that I've told you before.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I got to say this, bro. I give you a lot of respect, John, because I know in the '98 crew, they look at Dave Shubich as like their top hitter, man. That's like he's kind of top of the food chain and all. And me seeing you only 2 years in, I'm saying to myself, either this dude's got some real natural strong abilities that he's about to really display to everybody else, or you about to learn his levels to arm wrestling, man. And I kind of fell into that boat at the beginning too, and I kind of thought I was a lot better than I was at the beginning. And I kind of had to learn the hard way in a super match, and they called my name, and I remember just going completely blank, and that was against Dan the Nightmare Schwartz in New York. It was way too early for me to be in a super match, but if I'm wrong, brother, I want you to stick it to me after, bro, and say, see, I wasn't kidding, man. I'm the real deal, bro. But you definitely got a mountain to climb with Dave Shubich. He definitely is one of the top dogs in the '98 crew. Very interested to see how this goes. But I want to ask everybody else what their thoughts are. And I want to start off with Kevin. Kevin, what do you think, man? Just from experience level and all that. I know you're an OG as well in the game. Do you think that John has a shot with this match against Shubich, or this is going to be a tough one?
I think it's going to be a tough one. I mean, I think everybody has a chance, but I always go with the guy that has more experience. I think in arm wrestling, experience is something that, I'd say is one of the most important things because you can build strength quickly, but the tendon strength, the ligaments, that all takes time. Learning the angles, the different techniques, the styles. 2 years, just not enough, I don't think.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. I'm going to play John's lawyer right now because I know what John's going to say. John was an Olympic powerlifter, man. I don't know Olympic level, but he was really going hard at a top level. What do you think that would build the tendon strength and everything he needs for it to transfer over to arm wrestling?
I mean, it might, but weightlifting is such like linear movements where arm wrestling you're moving in positions that the body isn't used to going in. So that's the main difference, especially with like just weightlifting in general, bodybuilding. You're always moving in a linear pattern, whether it's this way or this way. And then you get into arm wrestling and you're going in these positions that you've never been in before. And I think that's the biggest problem for like bodybuilders and powerlifters when they get into arm wrestling. They're just not used to going into these movements. But I mean, as we see with guys like Larry Wheels, once they do learn the sport and they learn these movements, their strength is just far superior to other people.
I want to
I
say,
will say one thing real quick, Paul. So powerlifting, bodybuilding, Olympic weightlifting is much different than any of those sports. It's a very highly technical movement. I would for you guys to try to do an overhead squat with some weight. It's very awkward. Your body's in weird positions, especially when you're throwing 300 plus pounds over your head in one movement. It's a little bit different than powerlifting, so I just wanted to correct that. It is a highly technical movement, as is arm wrestling. But I will say it's not fully transferable. I will say it did build wrist ligament strength and tendon strength in the elbows. But obviously there's very micro movements in arm wrestling that you have to get strong at. As far as like rock climbing people and stuff like that, like those finger strengths, like those things. So I would say like it would probably transfer like 30% of that would transfer to arm wrestling. But it's a much different sport. Just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. But the thing that I realized with my own self was learning how to move on the pad. It's just time on the table. You could be as strong as you possibly can, but until you learn how to be mobile and not just dig your elbow into the pad hard as you can and stay in that one position, that's what most natural people want to do, man, is just dig in. It takes a couple of years to start moving that elbow to move forward and to start changing the angles on people, and it just takes time on the table. And that's where I think the time is so major. And yeah, you might be stronger than most with your tendons and all, but it's just learning how to be mobile and just to get those unnatural movements to look natural, I think is a big transfer over. Levi, what's your thoughts on this, man, and who do you have as the favorite in this match?
I definitely am going to go for Shubich as a favorite. Like, I agree with what you said. It's time on the table. Time on the table matters so much to being able to go in and out, transition, counter an opponent if they try to switch. These things, just being ready to time these things and being strong, switching angles like that. It's just not something that comes fast. It takes a lot of time.
I agree with that. And Matt, let's talk to you about this, man. And I want to go back to the statement that Kevin said with Larry Wheels and all. And I was kind of thinking with Larry Wheels and seeing my own transfer into arm wrestling, I believe it takes 3 to 4 years of like solid dedication of really focused arm wrestling for those powerlifter and bodybuilder guys to transfer that strength over to the table. Do you think I'm wrong with that at all, or do you think I'm on with that, Matt?
No, absolutely. Yeah. One of the problems is when somebody is just mega strong is they're winning a lot of matches just using that strength. And it's not until they meet somebody that is able to match them in that level that their technique can take over and they can win the match, that they can actually start to learn and be like, oh, I need to actually build some skill here. It's not just about being super strong. And you see that probably Larry Wheels is one of the best examples of that. The good thing about Larry is that he's willing to put himself in those positions to spend time to learn how to do that. And you see him improve over the last couple of years. His technique has improved dramatically. A lot of respect for what Larry did, especially taking his first match against Schoolboy. Great move. He was obviously going to lose, but it was a great promotional move because it was like, hey, we've got this skinny kid looking guy who wears a backpack against this absolute monster, and obviously the skinny kid destroys him, and everyone who's watching that for the first time goes, oh my god, well, how is this happening? Like this can't be possible. So it brought a lot more eyes to arm wrestling and go, oh, there's more to this than just being a gargantuanly strong person. So very excited for both guys for both matches here. John, especially having this is your first one in 2 years, I believe you said. So yeah, and Dave, I was a little surprised that you said you'd only had two or three super matches in 8 years. Are you more of a tournament puller, or is it that you just these opportunities don't really come around that much?
No, I prefer tournaments. Sorry about the dog. But yeah, I prefer tournaments because I could headhunt. I could, try and take down all the who's who when they all congregate in one place. Which is kind of what I'm going to be looking to do after the tournament as well. I'm not overlooking John at all. I'm not thinking as like I'm getting you through you just to get to the fight kind of thing. It's like I'm going to take him seriously, and then if there's anything in capacity in the gas tank, I'm going to try and improve upon last year's placing. I got second in the pro class at Winter Blast, and with a good group of guys. And I know there's going to be even better pool coming in. So I just prefer tournaments a lot more. I have the endurance. I'm a better counter arm wrestler, counter offensive kind of guy. So if I stop a match, more than likely I win it. So I have that in my back pocket. Yeah, so only 3 real super matches because I take them seriously. And when I take them, usually win them. Yeah, the camps usually go well for a super match.
You're looking to do more super matches in the future, or you're focusing on tournaments still?
So I'm going to be looking to do more tournaments after this, no matter which way it goes. I'm going to go through with my coaching. I just got a new coach as far as my training and whatnot. Really good guy. I don't want to release it just yet, but I want to hunker down, take a good few months of getting just really god awful strong, and then hit the tournament scene some more, and then see what happens. If I get a good match, get in a good scrap, maybe then a match would transpire that would make sense.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I'm just excited for both of you that I hope that you get some back and forth in the match and it's not just flash pins. That's the
Right
worst
on.
possible result is when you finally get a match and you train, you do all this work and you get up on the table and you just go and lose in half a second and you're like, I could have not trained at all and the same result would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Israel,
I'm excited too.
Hear that.
Israel, I want to get your thoughts on this, man. We know you're 10 years in and you've been in for a while. What do you think, man?
This match is pretty exciting, man. It's hard to go against experience, but you never know. John might bring something that gets David into some trouble. I don't know. Uh, it's being close to my age. I'm also 26. I'm rooting for you, man, and I want you to show him that experience is always the winner. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm also hoping you do good, John. I mean, 2 years in, I know you're training with a good team, so you must be bringing something good to the table if you think you're ready to challenge someone like David. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens.
And Israel, who's winning between Kevin and Levi?
See that match, I've seen a little more of Kevin, and I'm a big fan of him. So Levi seems to be coming in with a lot of confidence. He is also probably bringing something to the table that is going to surprise Kevin. Maybe not. Kevin, I know, has a lot of experience and he's been pulling for a while, so I'm excited to see that. I'm rooting for Kevin.
Okay. And Matt, what's your thoughts on Levi versus Kevin?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. This is one of those fun matchups that both guys are being respectful, but you can see they're both intense here. This is an important moment for both guys. So it's when their arms get locked together on that table, man, it's going to be fireworks.
And what's everybody's goals from this super match? We know that Dave wants to go more to tournaments after this. I'm curious to hear about you, Kevin. Are you looking to get big super matches after this? Are you more focused on tournaments? What's your style?
Super matches.
Okay.
Yeah, early in my career, I like tournaments, trying to get as much experience as you can, go against as many people, all the big names. But I think as you get later into your career, I kind of like the super match aspect of the game.
Now, I want to just say this. I know you're not looking past Levi, but I am curious, if you do get the win that day, do you have somebody in mind that you would like to call out?
So right now I'm kind of in the middle of debating if I want to stay at 54 or if I want to do the 76s. My body type is built more for the 54s. It's just hard cutting weight multiple times a year. So I think what my goal is to go after the top guys at 54 and maybe just pull like 2 or 3 big super matches a year. And then I'll still pull it like 65 or 76, but they'll probably just be matches just for fun or just to keep me in shape, keep me, keep the rust away.
Well, I like to hear that you're possibly thinking about going up to the 76s because, I'm going to be going down and I think I'll be eventually hitting those 176s. I know we've been talking a little back and forth and also maybe we can meet one day at that 176 if anybody wants to see that happen. I'd be interested.
For sure.
Levi, what are you looking to get from this, man? You get to win that day against Kevin and him being such an OG, big name in the sport. Who would be next?
I'm looking to get that number 7 rank and roll into the Monster Factory match in May the 17th with a bunch of momentum.
Very cool. Very cool, man.
Levi, I wanted to ask you, man, how tall are you?
5'9".
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin says he's 5'7", but I don't know if he's telling the truth.
Well, it just seems like you're going to come in with a monster top roll. I mean, I'm not asking you to give away your game, but, I'm excited to see what happens if the match stops.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a fan of both guys with their training styles, man. I've been watching both of them. I know Levi, he gives out a great knowledge of his training and really, I think he offers coaching and all. And then with Kevin, man, I'm always watching Kevin's grip and whatever. I actually got a couple of the tools that he works with, the pinch grip from Iron Gym and all that. And, I've been learning a lot from you since I've been in the sport and all. So I'm definitely really interested to watch this match, and this is a perfect Friday night main event match to start the weekend off perfect. So I'll definitely be tuning in for that. And then Shubich and John, what day are you guys going? Is that Saturday you guys are on?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's right, on Saturday.
So I want to just give the quick info for everybody. So I know I said it earlier, but not everybody was tuned in. Friday night, we got first off, it starts at 4 p.m. We got a ref seminar going on from Sean Hancock. That'll be going on from 4 to 6 p.m. We got early weigh-ins 6 to 9 p.m. And then the super matches on Friday night will start at 7 p.m. sharp. And we got some great ones, like we said. And then on Saturday, the matches start at 11 a.m. We have early weigh-ins between 10 and noon. And the super matches will kick off at 11 a.m. And Dave Shubich and John, do you know what match number you guys are yet, or you haven't got that far yet?
I don't believe they've given out like a match order, but I'm good with any place on the card, preferably maybe first. I don't mind. I don't want to, step on the promoter's toes, but I'm good with getting it out the way. Started off with a bang.
Agreed.
I got some nice entrance music that I want to play, and then do the business,
Damn.
and then
You've
get
been
ready for
ready.
the event.
You're gonna come out like style bender dancing.
Uh, and then John,
TBD.
what's your plans for after this super match, man? You get this win against an OG like Dave Shubich. What's next? Are you going for big super matches? Are you going to tournaments? What's your thing?
A mix of both, but I think mainly tournaments for a few years. I do respect the process of becoming a really good arm wrestler, and I know it takes time. So taking this win forward into 2024 and for the next couple of years in tournaments, getting the experience. There will be super matches along the way, but primarily it'll be tournaments to get that experience.
And all these super matches will be you can watch them live on the 98 podcast. So definitely tune in there. And just a note, so 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. we will be having the super matches. The tournament is starting at 1 p.m. sharp, guys. So if you are going to be in that tournament, make sure you're there. Make sure you get the early weigh-ins, because once those brackets are made, there is no more adding anybody into the brackets. So if you did not get there on time, you will not be in the tournament, and you're not going to want to miss this tournament. And there's so much great stuff going on. So many pullers going to be there. You get a shot to win Vitacell stem cell treatment. So definitely a lot of great things to get in. And then at 3 p.m., you guys got to pay attention. Is 3 p.m. is when me and Nonya main event match will be going off. So they're going to start the tournament at 1. Then they're going to have a little halftime show and at 3 o'clock. And that's when tune into the 98 podcast, and me and Nonya will be pulling. And we'll be having Nonya coming on at the end over here. He's got some whining and crying about contracts and whatever the hell else I did this week to get him mad. But we'll have him on tonight. Yeah, so is there anything else you guys would like to say, or platforms for people to check you guys out? And I'm talking to Dave Shubich, John Brownell, Levi, Kevin Palko.
Yeah, they also got big ass dragon trophies they're giving away for the winners of the pro class at Winter Blast. These things are like just like the Bulldogs from Mississippi State, or like the Gorillas from Michigan State, but it's a dragon. So another super cool detail.
And where can everybody find you, Levi, and get in touch with you for coaching and all that?
Levi Fit on Facebook, Levi Fit on Instagram. I'm fixing to drop my links for my YouTube channel for Instagram and Facebook. I'll drop them in the chat.
You the man, bro. And Kevin, same thing over at you. We know you got your YouTube channel. Where else can people get a hold of you?
Yep. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, just under my name, Kevin Palko. And then YouTube is Kevin Palko Armwrestling.
Cool. Dave, where can people get a hold of you?
You guys could take a look at my YouTube channel. I'm going to get the ball rolling on it a little bit more. It's nice and small, nice and quaint. Only a few videos out, but there's more to come at Dave Shubich or David Shubich. Everything else is a little private. It's on a need-to-know basis, so don't worry about that for now.
Well, where's your OnlyFans membership page? Because that's where everybody wants to
Need to know, Paul. Need to know.
Okay, man. So just hit him up.
Appreciate you, though.
He'll give you that
Just shout out. Yeah.
John, where can everybody get a hold of you, brother?
Facebook, really, my Instagram's private. But I did want to say, shout out to Sean Latimer, give him some love. He went through hell and back. He's been in the hospital for over a month. He's pulling through. He's making progress every day. So just everyone send him some love and, let him know that you're thinking about him.
And John, I just want to say this, brother. I'll be rooting for you that day, man. I don't want to discourage you, man. And I just know, 2 years in, it's definitely a mountain you're looking to climb. But I give you a lot of respect for taking this match. And bro, if you come and pull off this win, holy shit, man, I'll be in shock that day, and I'll give you the props for sure, man. So I want to wish you luck that day. All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. We're gonna bring on the next crew of super matches coming on. So we will
Thanks,
talk
Paul.
to you guys.
Appreciate
Been a
it.
blast.
We'll see
guys.
you guys in
Cool.
10 days.
See you guys.
9 days.
Bye, Shuby.
Now, guys, I'd like to introduce. We got the next set of super matches coming up. We got the legend. Well, not the legend, but he is the gatekeeper of the elite pro class with the left arm, and that is Tim Lewis. And he's got a young up and coming lion coming after him, Matt Wild. What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good.
So I want to start off, Matt. How old are you? How long you been arm wrestling? And what are you thinking taking on Tim Lewis left hand so quick?
All right. So, 21 years old. I've been arm wrestling. So, actually, I've only been competing since November of 2022. But I've been training for about a year and a half before that. So, I would say I got like 2 years of experience on the table. Well, 2 years of training and a little over a year of experience on the table. And then, so my mindset going into this match is I don't believe there's much for me to lose except for the $500 that I'm putting up. And for me, it's a great opportunity to get my name out there, see where I'm at. And, to be honest, I was just on Facebook at like 2 a.m. I saw the whole lineup for Winter Blast, all the super matches, and I saw a little could be you in a black silhouette against Tim Lewis because I guess his match fell through, and I was like, fuck it, I got to take this opportunity. I mean, why not? So here I am.
Much respect, brother. At 21 years old and so new to the sport, taking on a guy like Tim Lewis, that's a lot of respect right there, man. So in your eyes, what's the percentage chance of you winning that day?
Listen, I gotta give the percentage chance to him. I think I am definitely the underdog. With that being said, I think there's a little mystery factor as to where I'm at. I mean, we do know where he's at, and he's definitely a very strong athlete. When it comes to bench press, and clearly he's the gatekeeper. He's highly ranked in the 220-pound division. I'm a weight class below, and I usually sit even a little bit lighter than that. I'm about 185 walking around weight. Yeah, my chances are definitely slimmer than his, but with that being said, I think anything is possible, and I gotta have faith in myself to be able to pull this off. So, regardless of the statistics of it, I think it's going to be a good match and definitely a fucking war for me.
Do you think you could take a round?
I definitely believe so. I'm going into this believing I could win. I know it sounds crazy, maybe delusional, but if I didn't think I could win, I really wouldn't, do it. I think it'd be a waste of everyone's time. But my left arm is my stronger arm. If it was right hand, even though his right hand's not his dominant, I feel more comfortable left. So we'll see where I'm at.
Well, I always say this about Tim Lewis. This is where I have Tim at. I have Tim's right hand as if you want to say you're a good pro, you got to beat Tim's right. Now, if you want to say you're elite left hand, that's where you got to beat Tim because Tim's he is the gatekeeper at elite level, I believe. Tim, after hearing Matt and all this, what's your thoughts on this match and what is the percentage of you getting to win that day?
Are you talking to me now?
Yeah. If your name's Tim.
I mean, are you talking about what the community thinks, or are you talking about what I think?
I want to know what you think, bro.
90%, 95%.
Okay. Now, do you think he's crazy taking on your left hand this early in his career?
I think he's more honest about it than other people have tried.
Okay. What do you I mean, bro, you pull everybody. You like literally every week you're pretty much somewhere else pulling super matches. And how different are you preparing for this match? Or do you like even care who you're going against? You just do the same training?
Usually I do the same training. Um, there can be a few exceptions to that. If I know that I have to pull a certain way or I have to do something to win, to be honest, I mean, there's really not that much out there on that. Obviously I can look at, common opponents, I can look at the fact that he had matches against, you know, Bo Horner, like last summer at Keystones and, lost to him. And then, I beat Bo like fairly easily a couple months later, 3-0. And then, Bo's obviously a lot better right now, but like that really isn't relevant to that. And then I think the other one was like he had a match with like Joe Glue that like I train with a lot locally. And, I know where Joe's at. Like he's an amateur that I think only pulled tournaments and, Joe beat him. So I'm like, okay, but that doesn't really tell me how much better Matt's got. I mean, a lot of the other guys he pulled, I don't know much about them because they're at a lot of the Eastern PA and like, I guess more into the Northeast tournaments. And I guess I do more of the Ohio and Midwest tournaments. So I don't really know much about those guys. You know, just I mean, looking at his physique, it looks like he's a gym guy, and it's like, I mean, he should know going anywhere near my inside's a mistake, and if he wants to try it once, let him. But I hope he's got something else because he ain't beating that.
Match, what's your background?
My
Like as
background,
far as like sports or
yeah. So I wrestled in school, and then from there, just bodybuilding early on, like bodybuilding, powerlifting, bench, squat, deadlift, and then just regular gym movements. And then I'm a plumber, been plumbing for 5 years. So I'm cranking wrenches all day, working with my hands. My hands are my strong point. Um, when it comes to the gym, now I'm mostly just an arm wrestler, just doing arm wrestling movements and bench press because I think bench press is fun. But yeah,
I
that's my
love
background. What'd you say?
what team do
What
you
is
train
your
with?
bench? What is your bench, by the way? I'm just curious.
So my max bench ever was 375 at about 180 body weight. I've hit 225 for 25, 135 for 60. I know your bench is a lot better, but
Yeah, he
Well, I
goes
mean,
benching
right
Volkswagen.
now, I'd say I'm in the low fours, but that's because of the right shoulder injury I had last year. So I'd say right now I'm at 425. But like my best in the gym is 505, and then at a meet, like with the strict pause and the comp, it's 474, and that was a 215 body weight.
nice.
Matt,
Yeah,
what
so
team do you train with arm wrestling, and where are you out of?
Tom's River, New Jersey, and predominantly I train with John Brownell. Me and him kind of met at last year's Winter Blast, and we realized we literally live 5 minutes from each other. So me and him train once a week, and then every once in a while I also go down to Sean Latimer's, and I've been with the High Five guys before, and
That's
yeah,
really cool, bro. That you're from Tom's River, man. That's where my girl's from, and that's where my grandparents are from, and all that. So I know that neck of the woods really good. Jersey guy. All right,
yes,
well, you
sir.
might have gained some points with me right there, man. Maybe you got a little better chance now. No, I'm kidding. But
I mean, I think it's all going to come down to how good his hand is. If his hand's real good and he's smart on the table, like he might have a better chance.
oh, his hand is gonna be strong, man. He's a plumber, bro. He's cranking.
Those wrenchers are strong, man.
Yeah, bro. So I'm assuming he's gonna have a strong hand for sure.
Yeah.
Israel, what's your thoughts on this match, man? Do you think this might be a little too early for Matt, or this might
Oh
be the next
man.
phenom?
I don't know, man. You got to root for the young man a little bit. I mean, how can you not, right? I mean, Tim Lewis has been doing this for forever, and he's well and established. And you're always looking for some other guy who's going to come and hopefully beat Tim Lewis. I mean, that would be spectacular to see, but that's a hard task to achieve. I mean, he's got a lot to ask. He's asking for a lot, definitely. Beating Tim Lewis is a lot. I remember seeing him when I started and he was already freaking killing it. So, and he's everywhere. I mean, Tim arm wrestles like twice a weekend.
Real.
There's
Matt,
a
what
lot
are
of
your
Tim
thoughts,
Lewis
man?
out there. Yeah, so there's a lot of Tim Lewis out there. I've looked at a lot of his matches, and like he said, he believes his weak point is his hand. If you go back and look at the matches, you don't really see Tim lose inside very much. His bicep seems to be pretty fucking unstoppable.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go into his hand. I believe that is my best route. And if I could expose his bicep and jump on top of it with everything I got, I'm hoping that's my fucking lane.
That's a
There's
very good
really no
game plan.
secret.
Yeah.
There's really no secret how to beat me. It's just a matter of whether you can do it or not.
Strong enough.
Yeah.
I'm just being
Yeah,
honest.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen your matches, and you pretty much lose the same way.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
that's pretty much gonna be hopefully my lane. Hopefully, I could get tight enough in there to where he can't do much except for fucking go down.
Matt Conley, what's your whole thoughts on this match, man?
Yeah, I love the fact that you've put the money up, that you've taken the opportunity. And I think that more people should be doing that sort of thing. It's like, hey, this guy is very experienced. He's probably going to win this match, and I probably don't have a shot. But getting on the table and actually being in front of a crowd and having that experience, it's just second to none in terms of your growth and your learning, and especially putting your name out there. So many people are so worried about losing matches, and it's like, it's not really about losing a match. It's like you can go out and have a great performance and lose, and people will remember who you are. And it's like you're going to get more opportunities by doing that. I think that's a fantastic thing that you've stepped up and filled in that silhouette that you saw on the poster and put yourself there and said, hey, that's me. I'm going to do this. And Tim, obviously, you can see from your physique right there, you look like Lee Priest, the bodybuilder. You're not even fitting in the frame of the camera at the moment.
Thank you, sir.
I want to talk what you just said, Matt, because I think there's a fine line in what you just said, man, with as far as taking super matches and also losing super matches, because I understand, yeah, you're punching up and all, but I also see where it could lose the total hype. Look at just the Whisperer against Auden Lorette. Before that match, we had everybody was like the Whisperer. Where is he at? He's one of the best arm wrestlers on the planet and all that. And then as soon as he lost, everybody was just kind of like discredited. And I'm just like, yo, dude, like Auden is looking like next level, man. I wouldn't just discredit the Whisperer. Another guy I want to give an example of that is Jerry Carteret when he went against Hermes. Yeah, he wasn't 100%, but he got that loss after that, bro. It was just like everybody just discredited him. He's the worst arm wrestler and all that. So there is a fine line where you got to be careful at what matches you're taking. And, if you get dominated, so to say, people could then just write you off. But I also understand what you're saying, Matt, where, a young gun like Matt, 21 years old, could put the brakes on Tim, possibly get around it. That could set off the career, man. People like, holy shit, all right, he didn't get the win, but that dude is definitely leveled up. But then I also see if Tim flashes right through him, that could also work against him. So, how do you feel like with me saying that, Matt? Do you think that's true in any way?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sorry, we got two Matts on there. I gotta
too many Matts.
Yeah.
I'll quickly jump on it first, but yeah, I can get what you're saying in terms of say the Whisperer or the guys who have built a credibility through social media, and they get an opportunity for a big match and then to lose. But I don't think that has harmed the Whisperer, and I don't think it will harm the Whisperer in terms of his audience. His audience is very much that mainstream, TikTok platform, and most of the people that were watching him there, they're not going, oh, well, he lost a match in this king of the table. It's like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch him anymore. They're not watching for that reason. He's built that platform based on, he's the Whisperer thing. Yeah, that's his little gimmick. But I think him taking that opportunity and just seeing, it's like he probably thought he had a decent shot against Auden. Yeah, he got dominated. It's like, okay, well, I'm not at the level that I thought I was. But he's probably still going to get opportunities based on the fact that he does still have such a big platform. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with taking opportunities and putting yourself out there. And it's the same with MMA. I mean, you're only as good as your last match. And if you get knocked out and people write you off, and it's like, what about the 30 wins I had prior to that? You know, it's people are very, very fickle in terms of their opinion of you. So I wouldn't take too much stock in a loss. And I think in a lot of terms, you can come away with a loss and having learned something you never knew before and can add that to your game. So the next time you get on the table, you can actually win because of that knowledge that you gained.
Yeah, I agree with that. And at 21 years old, man, I think any kind of experience on a table is just something that's a positive thing, and you're going to learn from. Israel, what's your thoughts on that whole with the super matches, taking on super matches, and if you lose and all that?
First of all, I want to say, can Tim and Matt, both of you turn your phones sideways, are your phones already?
What, you can't see me?
Well, let's get that angle, man. Let's
Too
see.
big.
Let's see
Too
what you
big.
guys are bringing to the table.
Yeah, now
Boom.
we can zoom in. Now we can actually see Tim's arms are
Yeah.
looking insane. Oh man.
Now, Matt, did that change your feelings at all? Just switching that angle, or how you feeling?
Well, now it's just arms.
Well, yeah, well, so I don't know, man. I mean, I think super matches are great, tournaments are great. I think, take everything you can and just win, I mean, I don't think you should be opposed to any of it. I think that both things have their space in the game, and they bring excitement in a different way, and they're fun to watch. So why not have both of them? I think they're both great.
Hell yeah. Okay, so after this match, Matt, what do you want to do, man? Are you looking for more super matches? Are you looking to concentrate more on tournaments? What's your whole thing?
I'm planning on. I actually have, just because of me taking this opportunity. I was given another opportunity actually to have a super match with at the Max event, the Major Arm Wrestling Championship that Ian is hosting. I'll
When
be
is the
there.
date on that one?
I believe May 25th, and it's going to be in Rochester, New York.
That's going to be a good one. Ian Carnegie, May 25th. He's got that new Mac table. He's coming over to Rochester. I think he's teaming up with Gunnar Costin and those guys over there, and they're going to throw some great events. So, yeah, I'd look forward to that, man. That's going to be a good one. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, so just taking this opportunity alone has given me another opportunity to continue arm wrestling in super match format, which I will be more than happy to take. And tournaments, I'm still more than happy to go to anyone that's nearby or within reason. I love arm wrestling. I'm going to continue with it. I train every day. I'm going to fucking go as many super matches as I can.
Hell yeah, man. And just if Knuckles Up guys are watching, man, this is a young up and coming guy, 21 years old. He's located right in Toms River, New Jersey. So definitely get your eyes on him, man. I see big things coming his way for sure. Tim,
Thank you.
Tim, we know you're going to be arm wrestling next weekend and the next weekend after that. But do you have any other big plans? Any big
John
fallout to
Therian
anybody that's
is
on your
the
list?
next big match that I have coming up in Cincinnati.
John Terrian?
On April 27th. So that's really kind of after this match. I mean, I have a couple other ones, but I'm taking like a month off for John. Like that's really going to be a big one for me.
Which hand is that, right or left?
Left. I mean, I would not stand a chance against John right-handed.
Okay.
But left, I believe, will be a good match.
I'm looking forward to that one. And we got a super chat in from Greg Brown TV for $5, and he says Israel is a bluff. Take a match or do something, big dog. Oh, Israel, he's saying, man, you got to get a match, bro. Greg Brown, get him a match, bro. He's down.
Greg's a hater, man. Hey, Greg, are you gonna lose the Paul, bro?
Oh shit, yo, Greg, what's up with that, bro? I know he wants some of that smoke with me, man. I'm ready whenever, bro.
Get him on here. Let's hear him, bro.
Hell yeah, Greg. I'll send you the link if you want to pop on for sure, man. But yeah, Tim and Matt, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight, man. I look forward to seeing you guys next week over at Winter Blast. Is there any platforms you guys would like to shout out before we call it a night with you guys?
You can find me at Matt Wilds on Instagram, Facebook. I want to thank you, Paul, for having me on the show and giving me this opportunity. And Tim, I also want to thank you for taking this match against me. You know, you don't have to do that, but you did, and I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming. I really appreciate that, brother. And find out you're from Toms River, New Jersey, and everything. I'll be rooting for you that day. I'm sorry, Tim, but he's a Jersey guy. I got to be with him over that for sure. Tim, where would people get in touch with you, brother?
So my Facebook is Tim Lewis, and then I have an Instagram. It's like T Lewis, and then like A is like strong AF, so it's like TLEWIS, and then TRONGAF. And most of that's just like arm wrestling matches and bench stuff. Like I don't really post much on that other than that. Matt, you're a really good sportsman. I like your attitude going into this. You're not being cocky. All the stuff you said, I think has been honest, and you want to challenge yourself, and I really respect that. I've had a lot of people try to take these matches and all that, but they're running their mouth and they're posting this, they're posting that. You kind of haven't been doing that, and it's kind of weird, to be honest, but I kind of like it. But believe me, I'm not sleeping on you because of that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very well spoken, bro, and a very humble person, man. Usually when they're that young, not like that, man. So definitely props for that. And we got a super chat from Clifton Erickson for $1.99. He says Tim Lewis is a monster left hand, and that is true. Thank you for that, Clifton. Appreciate that. And Tim, next time, bro, we got to have you come on sideways, but not have your face cut off, man. I don't mind staring at your big ass arms, but
at least the lighting is better this time, though.
Yeah, you at least got halfway there, man.
I mean, when you look at Tim, it's what you think about. So might as well just have the biceps in the shot, right?
Yeah, that's it, man.
It's an opposite in there.
All right,
Matt, you too, man. Good stuff, dude. I'm rooting for you, bro. I'm rooting for you. Do good. Train hard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Matt and Tim. We'll see you guys next weekend at Winter Blast.
Thank you.
Now I want to bring it on to our next guest, man. We got another big super match coming on March 23rd, Saturday, and that is between Cam Dennett out of Kraken Arms in Kingston, New York, and he's got an opponent, Captain P. And I don't know what he's got a Furby on right now.
Dude, who's this Furby?
Yes, sir. This is Bill Buckwheat. Can y'all hear me all right?
Oh, okay. So are you representing Captain tonight, bro?
Yes, I am Captain's agent. Yeah, Bill Buckwheat.
Okay, man. So welcome, Bill and Cam. How are you tonight, brother?
I'm good. I'm upset my opponent didn't take it very serious, but
yeah. So how did this whole match come about, man? And what can we expect that day?
I mean, does Bill want to take the floor, or do you want me to go first?
I'll take the floor. I'll take the floor.
Okay, we got Bill. Bill, start it off, brother.
Well, it seems like in school or something, Cam got pushed around, and this is Cam's chance to make things right. He always says he's sick of being the nice guy, and he's sick of people joking around. He's a serious arm wrestler, so he challenged my client, Captain Pretentious, to a match. But now he's probably going to complain that Captain weighs about 300 pounds and all that stuff, making excuses like a hubba bubba bitch.
Oh my God, man. So how long has Captain been arm wrestling, Bill?
About a year now, yeah.
Wow, man. And Cam, how long you been arm wrestling?
I'm coming up on 3 years.
Wow, so you got experience on your side for sure. So how are you preparing for Captain, man? Because there's not that much footage out there, but I do know you guys gripped up a little at Knuckles Up. So did you learn a lot that day?
Yeah, I learned a lot, and then I learned a lot watching his YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of weakness there. I mean, I'm just gonna try and embarrass him a little bit, to be honest. But we'll see. I mean, you could see he obviously is fine with being embarrassed. That's not an issue with him. So
What I
just
find
see
really
how bad it
interesting
is.
about this matchup, bro, is because Cam, I know you are a very serious arm wrestler. You take this like our sport extremely serious. You run a whole crew out by your area. You kind of get the guy that kind of the glue to your team and all. And when you look at Captain, man, he's got that sense of humor and he kind of like jokes a lot and all. And it seems to like get under your skin a little, man. Like, does it bother you that he's not taking this seriously?
Yeah, I mean for his stance and all his shenanigans and he has very strong views and I think that he can't back it up and it's pretty clear. So I just want to exploit that really. Kind of makes me mad, makes me mad he's got a Furby thing right now. It's funny, but he won't say half the things he'll say with not face to face. So it is what it is.
So you're a little mad he sent his agent instead of coming himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, at least he has an agent.
So I got to
Yeah.
ask you this, Bill.
Yes,
Is
sir.
Captain taking this real seriously? Is he training? Is he really, coming for the win that day? Because I know he's only a year in, and we know that Cam's 3 years in. Do you think does your client have a shot at getting the W that day?
Well, yeah, I think anybody that goes back and watches that footage of the practice pool can see that Captain was in full control.
Wow. Okay. Now, Cam, let me ask you this, bro. Where do you see this going? Where is this fight gonna end up? Are you bringing it inside? You going outside?
Um, I mean, right hand I could go pretty much anywhere. So I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much however I feel. I'm not really going into it with a certain game plan. I'm just gonna try and exploit the weakness. I feel like he's not been on the table enough to, be able to make adjustments. And I have a really good team behind me. They're gonna be in my corner. I think I'm gonna have more tools.
What's
So
riding on the match that day? Did you guys have a bet or anything? And I also heard
yeah,
something about you were trying to get his mask if you won.
yeah. And actually now I want the Furby too.
So what
Those
what
things
is
are
actually
expensive.
on the line here? Do you guys what's
So yeah, so we put up $500. And if he wants to surrender the mask, if I beat him, that'd be awesome.
now, Bill? Is your client willing to put up the mask if he loses?
Absolutely not.
Okay. How can we make something like that happen? Like, is there something that Cam could put up that would make your client want to put up the mask?
Well, the mask is a custom made mask from Mexico. So I don't think that's on the table. But if Cam can come up with something interesting, Captain will hear him out. But so far, Cam hasn't done much interesting at all.
Now, what's up with the whole blue Furby? Because I know I seen a video that you just put out, and was with your client Captain, and he was talking about in the video. Anytime somebody says Cam Dennett or shows a picture of him, that he falls asleep, and then he kind of went into this whole like dream world, and all of a sudden this blue Furby came out. Like I don't get the whole blue Furby. Like where how did that come about?
Well, I mean, I am what I am, but uh, I was a trend at one point. People wanted me, and I can see that in Captain. He is now the trend, and I was attracted to him when not other people would give him the time of day. So that's why he chose me, and I chose him to be my client.
Now I'm hearing it in the arm wrestling world. There is a lot of the old school guys. They're making little comments about your client coming in wearing a mask and all, and saying it's kind of weird and all that. So, what is the whole deal behind the mask? Is it like kind of like a character thing? Is it to get attention? Like, what is the whole meaning and all that behind everything? So we could clarify everybody in the community.
Well, I think it's a very serious thing. Captain's a very mysterious fella. I'm not 100% sure why he wears a mask, but even if it was for clout or subscribers or a gimmick, it seems to be working.
Cam, what's your whole thoughts on this? And are you kind of the guy that's gonna try being the hero for all those like arm wrestling purists that like aren't really feeling the whole mask and all that, and kind of saying that he's kind of making like a mockery of arm wrestling? Are you that guy that's trying to expose that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say so. I mean, it's just, it's a good, it's a good opportunity for me. I'm nowhere established at all, so yet. So I think this is really good for me too. You know, whether he's good or not, we'll find out. You know,
What's your
it's
goals
just,
from this super match? You get the win that day. Are you looking for more super matches? Are you looking to focus on tournaments?
yeah. I mean, I'm always going to be pulling tournaments. I like the atmosphere. But I do like the super match format and the preparation and everything. And actually, um, I think Ryan Grondin said he wants the winner, so I'll just plan on that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is this official? So Ryan Grondin officially made this call out, like he's getting the winner between you and Captain.
I believe so. Yeah, he can make it official, but yeah, he said on multiple posts he wants winner.
Oh
So
man, that I
and
like.
I actually pulled with him at Knuckles Up, and I feel comfortable too with that match. I pulled him actually before I pulled Captain, so I was a little bit exhausted before Captain thought he had a chance.
Excuses.
So
Oh man. Let me ask Matt, you're outside looking in. What do you think of the whole, the captain and obviously he's got his guy talking for him, the Furby and all. Do you like this whole gimmick? Is this something cool for arm wrestling?
Well, it's always good to have a gimmick. I think to have a character and try to get attention and bring notoriety and do something different. People are going to remember you more likely if you've got either a cool nickname or maybe you do a certain thing or you've got a character and they'll remember that rather than your actual proper name. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I think it's got to come hand in hand with good performances. And if it's just the gimmick, it can wear out pretty quickly. But if it's a gimmick with some good performances backing it up, that's where it can be like, oh, this is kind of a cool thing.
Israel, what's your thoughts on the whole captain and the mask and all the Furby and all? And did you get to see his last video he put out with the whole dream and all? Israel, you're on mute right now. You got to unmute.
I did not, man, but the chat is going crazy right now with everything going on, and I'll tell you, I think it's funny. I mean, I see that Cam is really coming in with determination to win, and I hope that Captain Pretentious, along with everything that he's doing, is also taking it serious and bringing everything that he can so that it's an actual match, because the winner of it is going to have a lot to brag about. So I
there's
really
a big
hope that
weight mismatch too.
it's okay.
Yeah.
You're more experienced, right?
Yeah,
I think experience can outweigh anything basically if it's big enough. I mean,
yeah.
someone who's been in. How long have you been arm wrestling for?
I'm coming up on 3 years.
3 years. Okay, and he's
Yeah,
about one, and you weigh
yeah.
what? 200,
Oh yeah, 198. Yeah,
198. Okay, so you could come in heavy at 205, 210, and he's gonna be what he's gonna be. But I
What's
think that it's
captain
a
at?
tough match.
What's captain coming at, Bill?
Last time he weighed himself, he was at like 290, but he's been cutting carbs out and hitting the elliptical every day, so it might be coming in at 285.
Okay, so he's got like 85, 90 pound advantage over Cam. Okay, I like that. I like that. I think that kind of equals out the experience difference and all. I like that. And guys, I just want to let it be known too. I got to know Captain. I know more of like his story behind the scenes and all that. And I kind of couple weeks back, I kind of called him out and I was like, yo, dude, are you really in for arm wrestling or is this like a gimmick coming behind? And then, he started sending me over the videos of, all over his house. He's got like workout apparatus everywhere. He's got the bug, man. He's got the arm wrestling bug. And he definitely made me believe that he's taking this very seriously. And what I think is going on right now, this could be just me guessing in my opinion, but I think he's seeing how Cam is kind of getting a little aggravated, with all the sense of humor and kind of not taking it seriously. And I think it's getting under Cam's skin a little. And I think Captain's feeling it. And I think that's why he's even like pushing more just to play with Cam a little. So am I right at all with that, Bill?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably correct.
Okay. Well, I got to say, guys, I'm really excited about this match. I really want to see all the antics that go along with it. I also heard other, things. I think it was like a month or two back that Captain had some other plans coming on for that night too. So I'm really interested to see what actually turns out and all. So your match is on Saturday during the day, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, cool. So you guys can check them out Saturday. Like I said, the matches start at 11 a.m. They'll go to 1 p.m. They're all going to be on the 98 podcast live. So get over to the 98 channel if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to them and you'll get to check that out. And we just got the man, Greg Brown. What's up?
There he is.
How are you, brother?
What's going on, Paul? Hey, Israel, dog. I'm sorry, dude, but you're just what have you done lately, man? Besides blow out the camera lens with the light behind you, that's like taking a picture facing the sun, my dog. You need to put the light on the other side of the camera, dog.
It's where I work out, bro. I don't have my ideal spot right now. What do you want me to do?
And
Oh, come
we
I was
gotta
on.
just
say,
I
Greg,
was
Hey,
just in
dog.
here making the gains. What are you doing, Greg?
Greg, the other thing is you
I'm
didn't
dude.
see, man, he pulled out Uncle John, what was it, like a month ago over in Vegas. He had a super match against Uncle John right hand. So Israel got the win that day. So, he's getting out there now since he's been on the Arm Wrestling Buzz. He's got a lot of opportunities coming his way. And I think he's gonna start moving on him and start pulling people. Who's on your list, man? Who's on your hit list,
Well,
Israel?
right now, Rhodes, Greg Brown. I think he wants a super match, man. What's up, Greg?
Oh man, bro. I'll
I do.
handle the
I
easy work,
want
bro. I don't think Greg
I want a
Brown.
super match.
No,
I
Greg
want a super
wants
match,
it.
but
Greg
not
wants
me and
it.
you. Not me and you.
Why
I
not?
got three or four guys that will smoke you, dog. Uncle John ain't even fucking strong,
man.
dog.
Uncle John. Where's Uncle John, man? Let's get Uncle John in here to smoke you. I'll smoke you next. Paul will smoke you. Who else
Dude,
you want? Who else you
hey,
want, bro?
okay.
Yo,
Hey,
we just
bring
got
a
a super
squad.
chat
My
in,
squad
guys.
versus your squad. My squad versus your squad.
Wait,
Me
hold
and
on.
Greg, you don't
Paul.
want that
And
smoke,
then
bro.
What? Are
Greg,
you
you
here
don't
with
yeah.
this,
want that
Paul? Are you
smoke,
here
bro.
with this?
We will
All
come
right,
up
Everybody
and
then. All
put
turn
in.
right.
up
Everybody
Arizona,
put
man.
in a
Don't even go
thousand.
there.
Everybody put in 1,000. Let's go.
You don't want that shit, bro. We got some killers over here.
Hold
We got
on,
a super
bro.
chat, man. Eric Harlan, $2. He says, "Is it true that Cam nagged Captain to make the video? Is that true?"
Nagged?
Yeah, he says that. Is it true that Cam nagged Captain to make the video?
Nagged him to make the video. What
I
the
guess.
super match video?
Yeah, I think the promo video.
No.
No,
Is that who's that? Eric Harlan said that?
Eric Harlan.
Yeah. Yeah, ask him what he said to me.
Eric, what did you
Ask him
say?
what
What
he's
did you say
messaging
to
me.
Cam, bro? Are you
Yeah, ask him what he's
people again,
messaging
man? You
me.
in everybody's direct messages again?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Bill,
he's a funny character.
tell us about Captain's video, man. Where can everybody check it out and all that?
Yeah, go on over to Lawless Luchadors. Search that up on YouTube, and it's Winter Blast and Arm Wrestling Nightmare. Check it out.
Hell yeah, Greg, did you get a chance to take a look at Captain's video yet?
No, I'll do it right after this. What is it? Is like a train or what?
Bro, you can't even explain. You just need to go see it, man.
Greg needs to get to training, bro.
Captain has a very original
Israel,
sense
I'm
of humor,
pretty
bro.
sure I
Greg.
offered you money for a super match and you fucking dunked that shit, dog. What's good, dog? Turning down opportunities. You could be in the 1 percentile of arm wrestlers getting paid to travel, and then you turn it down. You want a redemption? Come to Mexico. I'll give you the fucking sauce, baby. I'll put you on the
Greg,
big
get
screen.
him this match, bro. This is a match everybody in the community wants to see. This is a hot one, bro.
Which one?
Roger Bailey versus Israel Chavez, man. Roger Bailey learned. Roger learned. He's out of, I believe he lives in PA, but he's got family over in Texas, bro. I'm telling you, man, that's some fireworks right there. I think that's a good one.
Who does Greg have in mind? That's just a good match. I like that match.
Who you thinking, Greg? Who
Well,
you
you
thinking?
know me. I support Mexico. The guy who just beat Freddie, Hugo Ramirez, the number 3 guy in all of Mexico.
But who's the number one guy?
Oh, I just saw that. I saw that.
No. Hold on. This is my guy, Israel, bro. This is my protege. Who's the number one guy, bro? We ain't trying to be number 3. We come in.
You
for
met him. You
spot.
met him. He was there
I
for
know. What's his name again?
Josue Maya.
That's who Israel wants, bro. He wants
still,
Aya, baby. He wants to
That's
come
not
in and
even a
take
match.
over Mexico in
That's
one.
Devin Larrett. That's me versus Devin Larrett. No offense.
No, I don't believe that, bro. I think you might be a little off there, Greg.
Look
Hey,
at Greg. Look at
I've
Greg.
been in the game a long time, dog. I know things. Okay?
Yeah, and you've been in the game so long that you think you have a shot against me, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You crazy. What
But you
smoking over
barely
in that
Greg,
truck, bro?
Greg, tell me this. You'd
so
crack
many
Uncle
L's.
John, bro? You'd crack Uncle John?
I never said I'd crack Uncle John. I said I'd crack the shit out of Paul Italian and cigar, dog.
Oh, bro, I want to see that, bro. I really do want to see.
You barely beat Ryan, bro. I thought you were gonna steamroll that guy, bro.
To an untrained eye, it would look that way, Greg. It would look that way to you, bro. But you tune in March 23rd when I go against little twig arms over there, and you see what I do to him. And if that dude comes inside, I'm gonna snap his little twig, and that'll show you where my power level's at, bro.
Dude, Greg versus Eric Harlan, bro.
That's too easy. I'll take Eric Harlan and Captain back to back. Smoke them 6-0.
Wow, bro.
I got some cool shit to tell you guys. Me and Greg been going back and forth about our match and all, and I got hit up by some pretty serious some big things, some big opportunities, and we're just waiting on to get the date and all that. But I think we're gonna get this match locked in, man, and you guys are gonna be happy with this one. This is huge, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna hire a film crew to film when I tell my wife that I'm betting $5,000.
Oh my God, she's gonna kick you out, bro.
Hey, Paul, I just got some info, Paul. Drew said that Greg Brown didn't show up because he was gonna spank him at the table on Vegas.
Oh man, you running from my man Drew, bro? What's up with that? You didn't want that?
Drew, I'm too busy to make it to Vegas. I got other things cooking, baby, cooking. Like,
oh my God,
Israel, open invitation, dog. I'll take care of your room. I'll take care. I'll put 500 on the match for you, but you got to figure out a way to get there, dog.
Listen, bro. Okay. Where is it gonna be? You said Mexicali.
Mexicali. Come down to Mexico, dog.
So that's actually on the Mexico side, Mexicali.
Right when you cross, it's 2 hours from the San Diego airport.
Okay.
And Israel, since you're such a fucking badass, you're Paul's boy, you should be able to win the $1,000 for the overall winner. There you go.
Oh, in the event.
Hey, and you want Josue Maya? He's gonna be there.
What's your date?
But we want a super match, man. My man wants the red carpet, bro. We're coming to take number one, dude. He wants everything nice. He wants to come the red carpet out. He wants to meet the Mexican president that day and shake his hand.
Oh my God!
Let's meet that.
You know what? Let me make a phone call. I'll have the mayor show on. Just.
I love it, bro. I love it. But Greg, I want to ask you this, bro. I want to ask you your thoughts on this captain match against Cam. I don't know if you've seen, a lot of the lead up and all these two been going back and forth at it. Real quick is, Cam is a serious arm wrestler, takes it for real. Captain's, he has a sense of humor, man. He likes to make jokes. He's got a Furby representing him right now. It's kind of getting under Cam's skin. What's your whole thoughts on this match, and who do you think is going to get the win that day?
Is this Friday night or Saturday?
This is Saturday.
I think anytime somebody can make a spectacle like Captain, he's got it, bro. I'm excited. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just know these guys. They made it into something, So we're you're gonna see me Saturday night.
Greg Brown is coming. He is making a trip across the country, and he's bringing a crew, man. I love it.
I am bringing a crew, and guess what else, Paul? I don't want no excuses when I beat you in the super match because I will be pulling 198.
Oh well, but listen, bro. Between me and you, right after that match, March 23rd, I'm going down to 176. guys. So just so you know, but that's all cool, man. It don't matter. I don't care. I told you, bro. You could be 240 that day when you pull me. I'll be 176, 180. I might eat a little, whatever. But I'm taking you for a ride, brother. Like 10 years plus, whatever you're in, don't matter, bro. You haven't learned much over that 10 years, and it's pretty obvious.
This guy, bro. The thing is I was pro and then I retired because, you got to dope to cope, Paul. You got to dope to cope. And I was making $2,700 on a Tuesday night just to play pro cornhole. So I went for the money. You know what I mean?
Now, do me. You know what, bro? After I beat you, man, I think you should go back to cornhole, bro. I think that's a for you, man. I think your body's built for cornhole a little better than arm wrestling. So,
hey, I'm pretty sure it was one of your homies that's always on this podcast. It says it just takes time, man. It just takes time. You haven't been in as long as me. My twins, they've been around the block, brother, like a used whore. You know what the good thing about a whore is? He's got experience. Back in the day, it was like, oh, I want a virgin. And well, a virgin, she don't know what she's doing, dog. I'll take the girl's experience. You know what I mean? I've been around, dog. I've been around.
You sounded so close to Matt Connolly, I couldn't tell if it was him or Bowen, man.
Israel.
No one else can either.
Hey, Israel, I had two friends in Vegas, and they said that you weren't that strong.
Oh, really?
Oh,
man.
Really?
Whoa,
that's
that?
interesting. That's interesting.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's spicy in here, man.
Considering how I did against your friends.
Oh yeah, they told me. They told
Okay.
me like they were just chilling at 20%. You were like busting a wad. You're blowing your wad right there, dog.
So I want to bring up another topic that I want to ask you guys your opinions on and everything, because I've been hearing a lot of kind of blowback, and I'm sure Matt Connolly, you might have heard some of the same, and that was our interview that me and you did with Igor and all, and Igor's back, guys. He's Igor Mazarenko. He's got some big plans coming ahead. He's got a big event coming April 27th over in Dubai. He's bringing in the WAC. It's a new organization he started. It's got an amazing format and all. But I was really surprised at the backlash I got for having him on my platform. I had a lot of people like hitting me up and they're like, yo, why are you giving this guy a platform? He's the devil, the arm wrestling. He's going to lock everybody up in the contracts and all. And I was just like a little confused, man. I was like, I don't think so, man. I think any organization that's, willing to put money up and throw high level events, I mean, we got to welcome that, man. I think we need more of that. And when there's competition at the highest level, all arm wrestling grows and prospers from it because it starts competition and, puts up the level of production. And I think it's a really good thing. Matt, did you hear kind of the same kind of thing? Were you getting a lot of backlash with having Igor on and all that?
No, I did see it all going your way. It was in all the comments and stuff. I did see the same thing. People being frustrated that Igor was getting a platform and all the rest of it. I mean, it's just kind of funny to go from interviewing Igor Mazarenko, and then today we've got a Furby on. But
literally, man. Oh my.
It's I agree with you about the competition. Competition brings the best out of both parties, and if you've got a top dog organization, the Core Sports is putting out at the moment, and then somebody else is rising and wants to put something else on that is going to challenge that. It's going to bring the best out of both people, because it's like, well, we want to succeed and we want to hold on to our athletes. So what are we going to have to do? Well, maybe we'll have to pay the athletes more. Well, maybe we'll have to put on bigger and better production. Maybe we'll have to give more opportunities. And the other organization's going to have to do the same. Well, what are they doing? Or they're doing this. I mean, the best days of wrestling was when WCW and WWE, or back then WWF, were both against each other, and it was just like they were coming up with gimmicks left, right, and center, and pulling out ideas out of the hat because they wanted to beat each other. So I think anytime when you've got competition, it's always valuable. I know people are upset about the exclusive contract situation and those sorts of things. I think it just comes with the territory of this type of sport and this type of industry. If you've got people that you're putting money into to promote and to rise as a superstar, it's like you want to protect that investment. And if you spend a lot of time and effort to promote somebody, and then all of a sudden they just disappear off to another organization and don't come back, and now they're signed with somebody else, it's like, oh well, that was a bit of a waste. So I can see where people are coming from in terms of not wanting to miss out on having opportunities to see the best matches. And I think that's what the biggest complaint was about Igor, was that back in the top 8 days, these guys were signed to these exclusive contracts and they couldn't have the biggest matches that they wanted to see.
Now, do you think with because East versus West and King of Table are kind of doing the same now with the contracts and all, but they're keeping obviously the same, where again the East versus the West guys and all, and that's the only difference I really see between what Igor did in the past and what they are doing today. Now with Igor knowing all the backlash he got from controlling the top 8 and not kind of bringing the West into that more. Do you think that could possibly change what he's going to do now in the future and be more mindful of that, Matt?
Well, I think, what he was saying the other day was that he'd be happy for people to be able to compete anywhere. And when I sort of did bring up that question of, well, what happens if you put time and money into an investment to raise somebody's profile and then they go and compete with another organization and sign to them exclusively, he did say that he's going to be providing so many opportunities, he doesn't see that people would think that that would be a good idea. And I think that's probably the best way to combat, if you're still an up-and-coming organization, it's like, well, we're going to give you so many chances and so many tournaments and so many opportunities to win money, to be seen, to get exposure, that it's really going to raise your level to the point where maybe you're earning 30, 50 grand a year just from tournament winnings. And then this other organization might be saying, hey, we'll give you a contract, but it's for $5,000 a match and it's 3 matches a year. And you're like, oh, I'm getting 50 grand a year from these guys and you're offering me 15 and I can't compete anywhere else. So I think I'm going to stick with what they're doing. So again, I think it's that competition side between both organizations, and it'll go back and forth until the top dog hasn't been sort of decided in this sport of arm wrestling at this point.
Israel, what's your whole thoughts on Igor making his comeback? Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, Igor used to be one of the bigger, or if not the biggest promoter of the sport not too long ago. So, him coming back, considering, the level of talent he helped bring on, I mean, I can't see it being a bad thing. I really hope, all the technicalities and the politics don't get in the way too much, because, seeing all these matches is great for arm wrestling to grow. And ultimately that should be what they're all aiming for. So I think they should find a way to come together as much as they can, or ignore each other as much as they can, whatever it has to be to, keep growing.
Greg, you've been in the sport 10 years. You obviously know about Igor and being in the sport before. What do you think with him making the comeback? Do you think this is going to be the start of like the promotion wars now?
It could be, but I mean, there's so many different levels to arm wrestling. If somebody calls me right now and says, I'll give you $15,000 for a 2-year contract, I'm going to be like, hell yeah. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. Opportunity is opportunity. When I first got into the movie business, my parents were really fucking skeptical about the agent that wanted to take 20%. And I'm like, all right, but if I sign for 1 million, I only got signed for 1 million because of the agent, and his commission is 200K. I'd rather have a piece of something than a piece of nothing. And yeah, like he was saying, he said, oh, you're gonna get spotlight, you're gonna, it's gonna be 2 years of growth. What if I go and play for the Lakers for 2 years as the rookie, and by the end of the 2 years I'm the hottest shit, I'm like the new Steph Curry, and then when my contract's up, it's a bidding war. But yeah, like I think if you have competition, there's gonna be people are gonna do what they needed to do to secure the best athletes and the best value. You know what I mean? And I think it's great. I think maybe Igor learns and he doesn't do contracts, and he does something else, like we don't know what he's gonna do. Maybe there's no contract for it. Or maybe we adopt it like every other sport and we do contracts because, injuries or we don't want him going to another team. You're a franchise player. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
In
yeah.
reality, man, when you're going at the top level with these organizations, it's great to say, "Oh, we're not going to do contracts," but that's not reality, man. When we're talking business and it's going to grow into, we're talking small money right now, but it's going to eventually get to big money. There's got to be contracts, man. Any business, there's got to be contracts with that at that high level. So what I'm hoping that could happen is that we could put the politics behind. And yes, each guy grows their organization, grows the athletes, brands each guy. Now, when you have the top of each organization, I think that's time now that we do cross networking, and we go East versus West, top guy goes against WAC top guy, and start doing stuff like that. And I think at that level, it would make sense financially for both sides to do that. So, the first one, when they did that back in the day with top eight, Igor didn't look to go and bring more of the West in. He had his limited guys that he used. He didn't go and get the top of the West. I think he now realizes that is the business model. And I think they're going to adapt to that. And I hope that it goes in a way that we could all work together at the end of it. But for me, I'm supporting everybody. I'm not taking no sides. I want that to be clear. King of Table, I think they're amazing. East versus West, I think they're amazing. Igor, I think what he's did in the past is amazing. I think all of these are great things for the sport, man. And, me being just that middle guy as an arm wrestling fan, this is what we want. We want the competition. We don't want nobody to have a monopoly, because once that happens, you give too much power to one person, that's when you could run into problems. So I think just having competition is healthy, and I think it's going to be doing great things for our sport. Also, Israel, what else has been going on in the community topics wise? Is there anything else that we want to make mention of?
Other than the big upcoming matches that everyone are talking about, I mean, we have Greg on here, so maybe we could get what he thinks on a few of the big upcoming matches, maybe his favorites.
The first one I do want to hear before you get into anything is I want to hear what your thoughts between me and Nonya are. Since you did throw the match between me and Ryan and all, and you got to see that firsthand up close, what is your predictions between me and Nonya March 23rd?
I've been watching, I've been following you guys closely. I think this is gonna be a hard one for you, Paul. I think Nanya, the only thing I think you have going for you is that you're gonna match his energy and aggression. You take another guy like Ryan versus Nanya. Nanya's just gonna come in too pumped. Like you guys are both whoever comes in more pumped, I think, and more focused, I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be a battle, but I don't think it's gonna be easy. So it's gonna be great.
Okay. Israel, what other ones did you have? Did you want to hear from Greg?
Well, let's see. What some exciting matches? Obviously, Levon versus Devin. Let's go ahead and hit it right now. What do you think about that? You think Devin's going to bring anything new to the table?
Yeah, I think this is like an evolved form of Devin. I think he's got his vitamins and pancakes. He's more like Lockman says, it takes time. It takes time. The collagen synthesis process takes 3 months, even if you're on, extra pancakes. I do think Levon wins outright. I don't think Devin gets one.
Really? You don't think he gets a single round?
Maybe it ends up where Levon gasses out. If Devin can bring the endurance towards the later round, but I think the match starts off 2-0 Levon.
Matt, what's your thoughts on that?
You see that guy repping? Do you see his latest workout video, bro? Like 6 plates on every exercise.
Let me ask you, do you think he's at the level that he was like before his what do you think about that?
I think they've both grown. But I don't think we live in a world where somebody beats Levon because Levon, he went all in, dog. You know, I don't know if you saw the podcast with Travis Bajan years ago, but Travis said it in the podcast. That guy's gonna die young, but he's gonna live forever. You know, he'll always be. His name will live forever. But there's risk and reward. You know what I mean? And like I was telling Paul, I there was a certain point where I realized, all right, I'm out because this is the next phase, and there's different levels of that. Levon's he's willing to die for it, and that's why he'll always be champion because he doesn't give a fuck. You know, the last time Devin and Levon fought, Devin was on that balcony and he's like, all right, it's time to get healthy. It's time to come back down. Like, he was fucking pushing the envelope, dog. You know what I mean? And sometimes it comes down to genetics. So, yeah, dude, I think Levon's, I think on the third round, it's 2-0 going in the third round.
Man, I'm sure.
And you want to talk about news? Arizona State, June 1st, Arm Wrestling Entertainment. Tim Tamaj, you know that guy throws amazing tournaments. And I just want to say for all teenagers, you know, in 11 years, I've never seen the sport like this. Just in the last 3 months, I've had like 5 or 6 parents call me, find me on the internet. Hey, where's practice? We want to bring our kid. We got high school, like 3 or 4 high schoolers just on my little town. Phoenix is a giant metro. There's so many teenagers. The sport's growing so much, but that's going to be an amazing tournament. Larry Wills is going to be there. John Brazing is going to be there. June 1st, Arizona State, Phoenix, Arizona. Don't miss it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Larae Jenkins is bringing over that 220 round robin over there too. I believe that's going on that day as well, right?
Yep, it's going to be, bro, that 220 is going to be sick.
That is going to be lit. Tim Talmadge and Larae Jenkins getting together on an event. Oh, man. Can't wait for that. Fireworks for sure. But, Matt, I want to hear real quick, man. Levon versus Devin. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, I think that Levon's going to crush Devin. I'm a big fan of Devin. I think he's fantastic for the sport, and I think he's going to bring a lot of attention to this match. I mean, it was probably the biggest arm wrestling match that's ever taken place. Was him versus Levon the first time. I was doing a live chat thing with Ryan Bowen. We had 20,000 people in the chat, and it was just lightning. Everyone was there. Everyone was interested, and the whole arm wrestling world was keen to see that. But I think Levon is just probably 50% too strong for Devin. I think he's just going to crush him. I don't see Devin having any positions that he can get into where he's going to be able to do what he needs to do to win the match.
My thoughts are, I think Levon, before the injury, was just so many levels above Devin that I don't think that Devin had enough time to get to that level now. And I believe Levon is going to get back to that level before this match. Now, as an arm wrestling fan, what I'm hoping Devin wins. I'm hoping somehow he shocks the world and, you know, our ambassador comes number 1, gets the crown. It'd be no better story.
I'm with you on that one. I'm going to be buying all the posters and shit. I hope Devin wins. That would be fucking crazy.
No, then we get guaranteed a third match too with that, man. You know,
you already know, do you? Yeah.
I really hope Devin can pull this miracle off. I think it's going to be, you know, really a miracle for it to happen. But hey, man, you know, if anybody's going to do it, that's the man. Devin.
Now, let me ask you, Paul. I want to get your input on this. Now, seeing the match between Devin and Hermes, does that make you feel any differently about the outcome at all?
No, not at all. I think it's styles. I think it's just, I mean, you got to be able to stop Levon. I just don't think Devin's got that stopping power, man. I don't see it. You know, I think that Hermes would have more advantage of being able to stop him. So I think it's more of a style thing. But I hope I'm wrong. Like I'm saying, man, I hope that Devin has leveled up that much that, you know, but it just was so far of a gap. I feel that first one, you know, that's just the thing for me. It wasn't even close. You know, we got a super chat from Eric Harlan for $2, and he says, "Me versus Greg Brown would be an honor. Israel, thanks."
Come on
Dude,
down. I'll
that
stop.
match. Oh my goodness, I'd be.
That's an interesting. I wouldn't mind that. I kind of agree with Eric on that one,
The
man.
disrespect around here. Jesus, line them up. Line up all these
Bro,
fucking
I'm telling you,
amateurs.
Greg, don't sleep on Eric, man. He's a good arm wrestler, bro, and you know he's got the arm wrestling bug. He's definitely obsessed with it, and he's got a couple nasty moves, man. He's figured out that press, and he's throwing in top roll. So if you're expecting the press, he tricks you with the top roll. He did very good in it, Alabama. I think he came in second place over there. I know he came at second place at the event I was at behind me. So I mean, he's a decent arm wrestler, man. So definitely. I would like to see that in the future. That could be a good one for sure.
Yo, I'll show you what's good. I'll show you what's good on the 23rd. I'm
Damn.
210 right now. I'm 210. I'll be 198.
Bro,
But
I'll let you show me any. You could beat me up on March 23rd because all I care about is you putting up $5,000 after that and taking that $5,000. So I'll stand back. I'll let you know how strong you are March 23rd, bro. You're gonna be, oh man, you're like God. You feel so strong, bro.
yeah.
But another match I
I'll-
want to make mention that it just got announced. It's going to be over at Florida Arm Wrestling League. Chance Shaw and them are putting together in Orlando, and this is June 15th. They got James English. That's a fitness guy. You know, he's down
Oh,
with
yeah.
arm wrestling. He's got a huge following,
Yeah.
and Auden Lorette, man, he's got this locked in. He's got a five round best of five right hand match locked in, man. And Devin's going to be in his corner in that. That's going down in Florida. I'm excited, man. I think that's going to be a good one. It's going to get a lot of eyes on the sport. I know of this guy James English because I believe that's who Nonya was trying to get the match with before me. He was, you know, I know he was putting out offers and everything, and you know, I don't know if they got over to James or whatever, but I started looking up James then, and I was like, okay, he looks like very, very strong fitness dude, and he's been dabbling, I think like maybe like a year or two in arm wrestling. I don't know how, you know, if he's all in yet, but he's definitely learning the ways, and he's working with some people. I think he's out of Texas over there. But what is your guys' thoughts of this match, man? With Auden Lorette and going against this fitness guy James English, do you think this is going to be an exciting match, or do you think Auden's just going to go right through this dude and put a show on?
Yeah, I think it's an Auden show here. This is something where it's more about, it's the same as the Whisperer. I mean, it's somebody with a big platform who's going to be coming in, bringing a big audience, and people get the opportunity to see that. They're going to put on the show. Everyone gets to see what arm wrestling is from on a bigger platform, which is fantastic. Will it raise Auden's stock? Not really. I mean, James English is, you know, not well known in terms of an elite arm wrestling side of things. I know he did actually come down and train with Ryan Bowen last year when he was coming through Australia. But yeah,
I
mean, he's
didn't know
good.
that, Matt. That's interesting. So did you get to pull with him at all?
No, he was there like a week after I had been up there. We live on the opposite sides of the country, so. But I know Ryan was excited about it because he was getting messages from, I think they were texting each other at that time, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's coming down. He's got this massive platform. It's going to be exciting." And they did some workouts together and then some pulling in the gym. But yeah, it'll be fun. It's more of a fun match, and it'll be a good thing for arm wrestling. I would have liked to have seen him take you on though, Paul.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. We got a Rocco Viznik with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, Rocco. Appreciate that, man.
That's a good match right there. Serbian Hammer smashes Israel right there, dog. What's up?
Israel, let me ask you, brother. What's your thoughts on Auden going against this guy over here? He's got a big fitness following, James English.
First of all, I'll tell Greg, sure, whoever you want. And the
Bro,
other
that's
thing
what you
is,
said. That's what you said, and I offered you money. You didn't show up. You're a bluff, dog. I can offer you
you
$1,000.
didn't offer me a match against him. You didn't offer me a match against anyone in specific.
I said I'll pay for you to come out, come down here.
Originally, you wanted a left-handed match. My left is, you know, not my right.
Yo, get that Serbian match hooked up, man.
Yeah.
But you got to talk to Serbian Hammer because I think they gripped up in Vegas, man. Right, Israel. You pulled.
I don't know. Greg will have to talk to him, see what he says.
That's why I don't know if
Yeah,
Serbian
he
didn't want to
already-
do
yeah,
that, bro.
he
I don't know
told
if
me
he's gonna
that
want that smoke, bro.
he told me that you were blowing your wad, steamrolling him.
Wait, is that what he told you, huh?
I don't
Yeah, he's
believe
like,
that, bro. I was there.
you should have seen Israel. Israel was trying his whole heart away, bro. Kid was giving to me everything. That poor child.
All right, Torgan, we
Hey,
gotta get back on subject here. I want to hear about Odin Lorette and
Yeah, man.
James here.
That's a big match, dude. I think it's great. I've actually known about James English for a while. I've been following him. I know that he's done arm wrestling. He's done videos here and there. It's not like a big thing compared to all the rest of the stuff that he does, but he does partake in it. And, there's some people in the chat even actually saying that he's not a bad, that he's actually pretty legit. So, I think he's on Audin's level? No, I'm gonna be honest. And I do think it's another, Auden match, but hey, I mean, good for him. And if James English thinks he can bring something, then why not? Why not have the match?
Greg, what's your thoughts on it, man? You like it?
I love it, man. For those who don't get it, they don't get it. But Devin and his kid, Larry Wills, Whisper, that's exactly what the sport needs. We need it, bro. We need all the exposure. We need to be going against bodybuilders, pro athletes, whoever, man. I think it's a great match. I think Auden is gonna smoke him, but it'll be good. So all that guy's followers can see, oh man, this is cool. Like this is badass.
Paul, you versus James English would be good too, man.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. I like that as well, bro. I came from the fitness background and all, and when I was checking out James's videos, I was really impressed. Like you said, man, he's strong, dude. He definitely he's not like a non-arm wrestler. He looks like he's know what he's doing. And the other guy I've been going at. I got my own personal vendetta with him, man. Is Jeff Seed, the fitness model.
Oh, Jeff
Hey,
Seed, bro.
let me give you a little background on why I got like such a thing for this dude and all. I come from a fitness background. And I was a fitness model, so I kind of was in the same industry, and that was like the dude when it came to like fitness modeling. But when we would go to these fitness events and expos, I'd always see him pulling everybody to the side, and he would start arm wrestling, and this dude would be just showboating on people, and I mean just making them look stupid. And I wasn't an arm wrestling then, and it just annoyed me, bro, to just how cocky this little bitch was, man. Like I just was like, I just want to smack this little bitch, man.
Do you remember when he came out with?
Yeah.
So so now I got into arm wrestling and everything, and I kind of forgot about him. And then I think it was like 6 months ago, they put out a video of him going against another fitness model, and they made it like, and now I'm looking, now I know technique and all, and I'm like, this dude don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just picking on all these guys, thinking he's the man and all. So I'm going at him, man. I made a call out video. I think I put out like $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever, and now I keep going under all his Instagram channel. Every time he puts out a post, whenever you're ready to come man, bro, let's do this. And all the arm wrestlers that are on there see it, they
He's
all
a stalker.
So if anybody could get me in touch with this dude, man, Jeff Seed, bro, I got a personal vendetta, man. I want to take this boy for a ride. So let's see if we can make that happen, man. I think that'd be a good one as well. And then I'm down, man. I would love to go against James English, and I got some things that I'm gonna be going public soon. I can't say them yet, but I got some big time matches that are coming my way, man, that we got locked in, and I can't wait to let everybody know about that. But at the end of the line, I think me and Odin are gonna run into each other as well, bro. So, Odin, keep doing your thing, man. Get your name bigger and bigger. This way, when I come and meet you on the table, it'll be all much more glory for me, just smacking you and taking the win that day. So let's get that going. And then we got a super chat in from Lewis Horvath. It's for $20. I probably messed up your last name. I'm sorry about that. And it says, give me Odin. I think he needs to run the circuit and prove himself. I know I would crush Odin. Shout out to Lewis. Thank you for that super chat, bro.
Hey, Lewis did
real
good. He's out of I think he's out of Idaho. Bro, he was just he was just at the Super 64. He did good, bro.
Oh wow.
He did good.
Oh, he's over in Idaho. He's over in our area over here. Do you know of him, Israel? Have you heard of him before, bro?
No, I have not. But hearing that he did good at the Super 64 is definitely interesting.
Yeah, we got to
build your profile, Lewis.
Listen,
build your profile.
I do want to tell him, like, I do agree with what you're saying. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people in North America that would give this, give Auden a lot of trouble at his weight class. I'm not saying there isn't, but I think just based on who he is and his ability to have such a big trajectory, I think he's just taking advantage of that, and why not?
I think Orton is going to be an amazing arm wrestler. I think he's leveling up very quick. I
Yeah.
mean, just imagine living with Devin, bro. And Devin's training for Levon. He's training for all these big matches. He gets to train with the best there is in the world, and just talk technique. And I'm sure Devin's loving it. He's got a training partner that's 24/7 right there and access to. So I mean, he's got to be leveling up. And it's not like he just got into arm wrestling recently. He is taking it more seriously. But I mean, he's been arm wrestling in all the kids tournaments, beating everybody since he could walk, bro. So this is like second nature to him. And a good example I could do is like when I was growing up, my father was a pro bowler, and from the second I could walk, I was throwing a bowling ball, and he was just nuts. He made me like a machine. I used to go walking up to the line with a blindfold on, and I'd have to hit the same spot on the lane over and over, like crazy shit. So I was a phenom. I went into high school. I set every record in high school. I averaged 230 something in high school, which was just unheard of. Shot a couple 300s in a row, made a record with that. So I know what it's like when you're just bred into that stuff, man. It's like it's just in your blood, so you level up so much faster than most people and all. So I know Orton has got to be at an amazing level already, and it's just going to keep climbing very quickly for real. And I mean, look at him. I mean, dude, he's got every genetic thing going for him as far as levers, and I mean, the dude's a giant. How tall is he now? He's like
6'3",
or
6'3".
already on stem cells, so you got like the foundation for like superhuman healing for like 80% of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
For real, man. He's like a mutant for real.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Yeah,
Paul,
no,
I just
yeah.
looked you up on Aries ranking 198. You're 122. I'll take some of those points off you, baby girl.
Oh, what's my number? What's my
122.
Okay, number 122. But what's the actual number? Like they give you like like the ranking 1500 or 1600. What is that?
Yeah, you're high. You're like a 15, 20. Oh wait.
Okay.
Wait. I just had it. Sorry. All right, 122, 1554. Yay. Hey, so that means that's your pro and amateur record combined. That's pretty good because they dock you points.
I almost forgot too, guys. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but I've been holding this damn shirt and I keep forgetting about him. Before we end this, I need to show everybody. I just made this up, man. We just got the arm wrestling buzz. We did a quick.
No way. That's sick, bro.
Look at this.
That is sick. That is dope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be selling these. I'm gonna bring them a bunch over to Winter Blast and everything. If you buy them over there, it's $30. If you want to order online, it's $35. Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I could hook you up. I got all the sizes from large to I believe triple XL is the biggest one I got. So I just did like a small run just to sample them out and to check the quality, and I love the quality and all really good. So I'm definitely going to start getting a lot more merchandise and stuff for people to wear and all that. So definitely check that out if you're interested.
I got your hoodie with me too, bro.
Let me know how much for a hoodie in that, bro.
Oh yeah, I haven't had any hoodie. This is the dry fits right now. This is the only one I got made right now. But yeah, we're gonna be getting the hoodies and we're gonna be doing everything.
I'll take a medium, thank you.
Yeah, Greg, I want my hoodie too, man. I'm charging you rent for that, man. You're not wearing
my
that.
My wife was wondering what fucking midgets I went to the strip club with.
You bastard.
See, I've been caught with black midget, prostitutes before, so she saw the ghetto ass hoodie.
Paul, you gotta smash Greg, bro. You gotta teach Greg a little something on the table.
For real, man, for real. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody in the chat, man, for coming in here tonight. And guys, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. And then I'm just going to run through just one more time everything going on for Winter Blast weekend. So we got Friday. It all begins. We got 4 p.m. Come join us. Sean Hancock is going to be doing a rep seminar. It'll go on from 4 to 6 p.m. You could receive certification or you could just sit in there. It's 2 different prices or whatever. Both great deals. Definitely capitalize on that for sure. And then we got early weigh-ins going on from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then we're going to kick off the super matches on Friday night at 7 p.m. So get over to 98 YouTube channel. We'll be having the live feed there. We got a bunch of super matches. I think it's like 5 or 6 of them going on Friday night. And the headliner of Friday night, we just had them on, is Levi Fit against Kevin Palko, which we expect some fireworks. Going to be a good one. And then Saturday, we got early weigh-ins going from 10 a.m. to noon. And then the super matches will start at 11 a.m. Same thing. Get over to 98 YouTube channel. You get to watch them live there. They're going to go on until 1 p.m. And then 1 p.m. sharp. If you are competing in the tournament, you have to be weighed in, signed up, and in the brackets, because there will be nobody added in after once the brackets are made. That's it. Whoever's in is in. If you come late, then that's on you. And then 3 p.m. will be the main event, and that will be me versus Nonya. That'll be on the 98 podcast. 3 p.m. We're going at it. It's going to be a war. Can't wait for that one. And yeah, man, it's going to be a great weekend. So come, if you're on the East Coast, definitely come and see it live in person. And if you can't make it in person, get over to 98 podcast and get it over there on the YouTube channel.
Let's go, Paul. Don't let this guy beat you. I'm getting all emotional and
shit. I can't wait to see you in person, Greg, man. We definitely we'll get on the table a little, play around, and I'll tell you how strong you are. So hopefully we'll lock in and all, and we get this match to take place.
Let's go, baby. Let's run it.
And Matt, you want to just shoot out everything going on for I know you got a big thing going on at Arm Gods Valhalla 3. So you want to just shout out all their info and all?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, on St. Patrick's Day in Ireland, there's Valhalla with Arm Gods. It's going to be absolutely massive. There's, I think, 18 matches taking place, and Ryan Bowen versus Ron Barth will be the main event. But the whole card is absolutely stacked with guys that everyone will recognize, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of matches going on. There's also a thumbtack match going on between Evan Burgoyne and Uncle John, which is going to be absolutely crazy. Lots of fun. I've deliberately booked another week after the event to stay in Ireland so that I can recover before flying back, because I know that it's going to be absolutely wild. So that's taking place. Well, I think when next week are we heading out? So it takes me 2 days to get there from where I am. But yeah, it's crazy.
Damn.
But yeah, we've also got with the AWE, we have on April 13th, we've got an invitation-only tournament happening here in Australia. It's our 8 best guys, and we've also got somebody from New Zealand coming over. So we're very excited about that double elimination tournament. We called it the AWE Grand Prix. Ryan Bowen will be competing in that as well after his Ron Barth match. Hopefully he's coming back from a win. But he's putting up his AWE heavyweight belt. So the winner of that tournament will walk away as the AWE heavyweight champion.
Can't wait, man. That's some exciting stuff right there. And I just realized, man, it's friggin' retard. Nonya never showed up, man. I don't know if that's you better be showing up at a Winter Blast, man. I thought he was coming on tonight.
3-0. That's why he didn't show up, bro.
Yeah, he's getting smoked, man. So I don't know what happened with that, but we're gonna do a show, I guess, before we go on. We're going to do a show where it's me, Nonya. We're going to have Uncle John and Evan Burgoyne on, and we're going to be doing that on my channel the next couple of days. We'll keep everybody posted with that.
Bro, that's
Paul, are you worried about Nonya's speed?
Nah, man. I got to admit, bro, if you would have asked me a month ago, I was shitting my pants, bro. I couldn't figure it out. I was scared. I was losing sleep over it. I'm dead ass, bro. And then the last time I went over to Bob Brown's, and the light bulb went off, man. All we needed was a flop presser, and we had a flop presser, 6'4", 300-pound flop presser. And I just, I figured it out, bro. And I left there, and I'm very confident. And Bob Brown, he kind of told me that night, man, it was a surprise to me and my girl. We're at dinner with him and his wife, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, he goes, be honest, man, if you would have asked me a week ago who I'd bet my money on, I would have said Nonya. And my mouth just dropped. I'm like, wait, what? And then he's like, but now after what I just seen, man, he goes, I'd put everything on you right now, bro. You figured it out. So I'm confident, bro. I'm coming in really strong. This is the strongest I've ever been. I've taken it so damn seriously. I mean, my camp went pretty good. I had a couple things that I had to figure it out and all, but I put in the time. I put in the work. I am so confident. And I got to say, man, this was the best thing I could have did. I felt like I was the underdog joke. I was scared the whole beginning of this camp. It made me put a fire under my ass. Every time I felt like taking a day off, I was like, hell no, this dude is going to beat me. Well, now, like 2 weeks out, all of a sudden that switch went off in my head and the confidence is there. And I think the confidence is scaring him, man, because I don't know,
He's
man.
not here, bro.
Yeah, he's not here. He went dark. I don't know, man. He just better show up that day. That's all I'm saying, man, because I want that money, bro, and I'm coming to
I thought he was the Furby.
Yeah, right?
Hey,
Oh,
Matt,
so
who are
good.
you going against, Matt?
I'm going to be competing in the tournament over there, but I did ask Marcus Thompson, hey, is there any possibility of getting a match? And he said, yeah, we've got 19 matches on the card already. So he's like, but I think one has dropped out at this point, so they're down to 18. But that's okay. I'm going for the experience, man. It's just going to be crazy, and yeah, the tournament side of it, it's like, whatever. You know, I'm not an elite arm wrestler. I just do it for fun, and yeah, this will be exciting.
Bro, did you hear
Hollywood
what they
Matt
just announced?
Connolly?
Did you guys hear what they just announced at the next one they're going to be doing in Wales? They just made an electric shock match. So the loser is going to get, I think, electric shocked.
Yeah.
These guys, they're
Electric
always, arm guys
shock.
is always looking for something original. And that's why they just did that thumbtack match with Evan Burgone and Uncle John, which I can't wait. That's going to be so much fun. But now they just, the other day it was on their podcast.
Yeah.
They announced that they're going to be doing an electric shock one, which that is going to be just nuts, man. I like them, man. They like pushing the limits, and I like that, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy one. Electric shock.
Hell yeah, bro. I can't wait to hear all the details with that. Who's actually going to be the guy.
All right, guys, for next year's Super Bowl, we'll get Vegas to like build a bet, and I'll go streaking.
Oh no, man! Oh, he makes.
Did you see? There was like a video I just saw, and he was like, the guy was like, "Hey, I want to bet that my friend won't go streaking," and then he's like, "Oh, we got to build out the content so the casino will build you out a bet." But a bunch of the sports books, they have it. There we go, bro.
Yeah, but
Like,
did you hear what happened with that with the Super Bowl? Because that guy that went and streaked, he bet on himself to go in. That somebody would streak, and that was the bet. Would somebody go and streak? Well, he would have won, but they found out that he was the one that bet, and they voided it. So he went and had to pay like $50,000-$60,000 in bail or whatever, or for the court case, and he didn't win the big bet that he thought he was winning with it. He would have won like $1 million or something.
That's why I'm talking about it now. Arm wrestler gets arrested for streaking, and then arm wrestler wins. You know, Paul Italia's like on a fucking new yacht out here.
You're funny, man. You're funny. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming on, everybody. I appreciate it. And let's see the gun show before we call it. Yeah. Get out. Damn, Greg, you look so small, bro. Are you nuts, dude? What are you?
I'm cutting.
You can't go against me.